Now, sis, this was a very long week. I'm glad to reach the end of it.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wigs. You don't know what to do with it. Give me your
Ladies, make sure you're checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I put up a bunch of cool stuff up there, including my podcast episode that I released on Tuesday. So go over there, sign up, check it out. Let's hop right into what's going on. So remember last video, I told you that Beyonce hopped her ass onto Twitter and retweeted something from Miss Jasmine telling us, hey sis, we should definitely have a homecoming watch party. And it happened and it was beautiful. The timeline was glorious. I mean, we were tweeting about it, talking about it like we had never seen it before. I love the musical talent and the work ethic of that woman. We had no other choice but to stand. It makes a lot of sense that something like this, a lot of things like this are continuing to happen. I mean, artists are going online. They're trying to give y'all free live shows and stuff. Someone else who went online was Boosie. Now, I know that he likes to tell people to expose themselves on his live streams and he would give them $1,000, but the last girl that did it, he only cashed out them $25. Not sure what's going on with that budget cut, Boosie. I don't know. It's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. I saw this right before I started recording that Marvel has apparently come out with their first ever pair of non-binary heroes. I want all the non-binary folks to tell me what they thought about this, because it was, I mean, the names of the heroes are Safe Space and Snowflake, and I'm just like, oh my God. It's giving me very much caricature type of tease. I just want heroes who are actually just humans that happen to be LGBT or happen to be non-binary or whatever it is. This gives me caricature tease. Non-binary people, please let me know what y'all thought of this. Were you happy to see it? I was just like, oh, this is giving me very much cringe. But moving on to something that did not give me any cringe whatsoever. Bad Bunny, I don't know what's going on. He is out here just showing a lot of skin, and I want to let him know that I'm very comfortable with this. I want to make sure that he understands that he should continue doing this. His girlfriend was over there rubbing his backside while he was tanning and stuff, I think. I don't know what's going on. All I want y'all to understand is that, first of all, that's my man. So that's cool that y'all think y'all going over here liking his pictures on Instagram, retweeting his pictures on Twitter. That's fine, but I'm just letting you know that that's my man. So second of all, that means that that's cool that y'all are looking, but make sure that you don't touch Bad Bunny. Please continue to bless our hearts and our timelines, especially while we're going through this very trying time. Please continue to bless my soul with those types of pictures. I'm very, very grateful. Speaking of celebrities, a lot of really huge celebrities gathered their asses together to sing a song, to sing John Lennon's Imagine for the girls on social media, and it immediately got memed. It immediately got dragged because there were many people talking about, girl, we do not want to see y'all celebrities sing no song. We do not want to see y'all talk about, oh yeah, let's hold hands and come together. They said, open your purse. That's what they said. I feel like some people got the impression that these celebrities thought that they could just sing and everything would be okay. It did not go over, definitely did not go over the way that I'm sure they thought it would. Also, there were a whole bunch of rich people and celebrities talking about, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I'm in my house and I can't, oh my gosh, I'm in my multi-million-dollar mansion and I'm just going insane. And people are just like, girl, your mansion is fully staffed. You'll be all right. You're not wanting for anything. We're not interested in seeing y'all come up here talking about, oh, it's just so hard to be in my big ass house. Like, all right, girl, you know. Honestly, one of the only celebrities that I want to see singing at us is JoJo. JoJo has been using this time to go on Instagram and display her beautiful ass voice, and I love to hear every moment of it. But she also utilized her platform to let us know that we should stay inside our damn houses.
Stay right now, do it for humanity. I'm dead ass about that, but we will survive.
I thought that this particular piece of media should be shared high and low in every nook and cranny of the internet, because it's a lot of people that need to see this, especially from the state. I basically grew up in Florida. Miss Girl, I see that y'all beaches are still open, and I'm wondering why. Why? But, and I feel like the rest of the country can join me when I say this, I'm not really shocked or surprised by any type of news that comes out of the state of Florida. And since we're over here talking about Florida, Andrew Gillum had been in the news in the past. I don't think I'd made a video about it, but even more details are coming out about this whole hotel situation and drug situation that he found himself in. This whole situation, I think, is so sad. I mean, I could talk about many sides to this. I believe that there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors when it comes to Andrew. He hasn't made any announcements about it or anything, but I think personally his sexuality, given the evidence and what we found out, I think that there's something going on there. Whatever the case may be, I think it's crazy and unfortunate that we live in a world where people still feel the need to hide who they are because of the rampant ass homophobia. I also think it's really unfortunate that a lot of communities, including the LGBT community, like you're seeing such problems, especially like with meth, and it's really sad to see. I mean, this man had a huge, very promising political career. I also think it's really crazy that that picture of him, if it is real, even was leaked in the first place. Like a man in that state on the ground and it's naked, like being sent to all these tabloids and blogs and shit. Like, I think that is also sad. I do also think that some DL people think that if they mess with a certain demographic, certain racial demographic, that they feel like they are less likely to be outed, and that's definitely not the case, because some of these other demographics will set your ass up and leak your shit. So it's all around crazy and unfortunate. I feel for Andrew, I feel for his family. It's just a messy situation. I think he released a statement saying that he's going to be checked into rehab or something, and that his past political race had a very negative effect on his mental health. There's a lot going on in his life, and it's so sad to watch all of this unfold. These are the types of things that hurt people do, repress people do. It's just a huge unfortunate situation. And speaking of unfortunate situations, a lot of these politicians have found themselves in unfortunate situations after news of insider trading and all this shit has made its way to mainstream media. Some of these politicians were using information that was not available to the public, or they were telling the public completely different things, and they dumped their stocks before the stock market went down. I saw some people that were very surprised that this could happen. I'm just like, what do you think these politicians are doing? Like, with the information that they have access to? What are you talking about? Especially in a Trump administration? What are you talking about? And yes, there are Democrats and Republicans who do the same shit. So that was going on. A whole bunch of announcements came from the government. They said that they are moving tax day from April 15th to July 15th because of the coronavirus. There's also some interesting news about student loans. So Trump and his minions said that they will be suspending student loan payments for at least 60 days. They also said that they would extend this time period if more time is needed. Now with me, I'm just like, okay, some of this shit sounds too good to be true. What about that interest rate? They said that they're holding interest, 0% interest for this time period as well, even though all this shit should be deleted in the first place. Now, of course, there's always a process in order for you to obtain this. Politico is saying that in order for you to get this 60-day like forbearance type of thing, people who have federally held loans will have to make a request of their loan servicers such as Navient, Nelnet, Fed Loan Servicing, or Great Lakes, or whatever it is, either on the phone or online. And so, of course, my ass who hates paying student loans, I rushed, I sped, okay, like the Tasmanian devil on over to my computer and tried to contact my loan servicers. Girl, tell me why I caught their ass. And they said, well, hey, guess what? Our offices are closed due to coronavirus. Okay, so I tried to email their ass, guess what? System error. So I'm just like, all right, girl, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying. But I'm just letting y'all know, for those of you who do have student loans, it is possible for you to get a 60-day forbearance. It's just like, I don't know how easy it will be to get that shit done. And lastly, I guess we can talk about this horrible press conference. It's just the press conferences are getting, the White House press conferences, they're getting worse and worse every time he steps out on the scene. It's interesting to watch him like fly off the handle, because he knows he has no control over this. No matter what them polls are saying, I'm sure he's gonna try and use that ABC poll as a way to be like, yeah, girl, I'm doing it right. No, girl, you're really not. And Dr. Anthony Fauci, he's literally right behind you as you give these horrible press conferences, dragging the shit out of reporters for no reason, and he's just over it. Do you see him? Over it. Trump was saying, oh, we got solidified treatments, we got confirmed treatments, don't worry. And Dr. Fauci was like, girl, no, we're not. What are you talking about? NBC said Dr. Anthony Fauci made clear that any evidence about drug therapies being tested at the moment was strictly anecdotal and not the product of a clinical trial. He said you can't make a definitive statement on it. It's actually mind-boggling, because even in the face of the dangers that we are up against, this man is not gonna stop lying. Trump dragged the shit out of of, he really dragged the shit out of an NBC reporter named Peter Alexander. And Peter Alexander was asking very fair questions like, girl, you're trying to put these positive spins on things. Are you giving Americans a sense of false hope? But the question that really pissed Trump off was this one. He asked, what do you say to Americans who are scared though? I guess nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions as you witnessed who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared? Trump said, well, I say that you are a terrible reporter. That's a very nasty question. Americans are looking for the truth and you're giving them sensationalism. I was just like, girl, I just want his handlers to stop enabling him. Girl, hide papers from his desk if y'all have to. Please delete things off his schedule. Take some binders and some folders out the Oval Office. Please do something. But yes, on that note, I hope that you all enjoy your weekend. Make sure that you are staying safe. Thank you all so much for watching and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.